Welcome to my channel. My name is Connie. Today is my last session talking about my book called Prevent Bullying at an Early Age because it can lead to gender-based violence. I pray and hope that you have learned a lot. Please share the information with your friends, your relatives, so that we all learn how to raise children who are kind and not violent. Today's topic is about the pledge. What is a pledge? A pledge simply means a serious, binding commitment or agreement. I'm going to talk about 4 types of pledge. The first one is personal pledge. I already have mine, and all pledges need to be written down. Mine says, I'm going to serve God for the rest of my life. I will never kill, I will never steal. The second pledge is about couples. 2 people who say they love one another. They need to make an agreement that is real. Talk about things that will break the relationship. Things like physical abuse, hitting one another, slapping, kicking, saying insulting words, humiliating one another, telling lies, dishonesty. And talk about things that will build the relationship. Number 1, genuinely loving one another under all conditions. Taking care of one another. Honesty, true love, and loving only one person. All this must be written down. And if one of the bad things that we have discussed happens, the relationship must end. I'm saying this because if the male or the female can allow the first and the second physical attack, is going to be continuous and it's going to end up being gender-based violence that is going to kill one of them. Pledge among people who love one another is very, very important. The third one is a pledge in our families. It is very important that as a family we sit down and find out and talk about things that are making us not to be happy, things that might cause unnecessary arguments, and those things we write them down. Everybody in the family says things that hurt him or her. The family agrees that all these things, as from today, all of us, we are not going to do them anymore. Since they are written, if somebody falters, is humbly reminded that, remember, this is our family principle. When we are angry, for example, we don't shout. We treat one another with love, kindness, and respect. This will help to have a healthy, happy family that doesn't have any form of aggression, that doesn't have any signs of gender-based violence. The next pledge is the classroom pledge. In my book, I have an example of a pledge that I've created specifically for teachers. To plan this, I normally advise teachers to look for a big whiteboard, put it on the wall where children will be able to reach. Take a bowl, put water, and put a watercolor that you prefer. It can be red, it can be yellow, it can be pink. Then invite your children in the circle again. You remind them about the agreement that you made previously, that they are no more going to shout, scream in the classroom. They're not going to push, pinch others. They're going to behave appropriately. You remind them that we agreed, now we are forming a pledge, and a pledge is an agreement that is not supposed to be broken. And if they truly confirm that they will never do those mistakes again in the classroom, everyone must put your right hand in the color and put your pledge on that white chart. I have taught about this in some workshops that I had previously. The feedback that I got, it was amazing. This method helped our teachers to control and maintain discipline in their classrooms. So whenever some children do mistakes that they agreed upon on the pledge, the teacher humbly reminds the learner that, remember, in our pledge, we said we don't swear anymore. And children in the class as well, they'll be reminding one another that what you're doing is not what we agreed upon on our pledge. So I advise all teachers, please use the pictures in my book. Please use the pledge as well. And please give me feedback and tell me whether this pledge method worked or not. This is the end of my sessions, and I thank all the people who subscribed and followed me. I pray that God Almighty bless you abundantly. Bye-bye.